Hello everyone. As I promised, I am developing a series of Starting two videos that will pretty much cover how to get started on social media. These videos are mainly focused on businesses and organization because that's what Premier Social Media mainly does. So we're gonna start with Twitter today. For the sake of this exercise, mainly to make it fast and down to the basics, we're not going to do the sign up phase because it's so easy. You can do it by yourself. Now, if you haven't created an account yet, I will ask you to pause this video and then come back once you've created it, because if we do things together, it'll just be easier for you to remember everything we go through here. So for the sake of this exercise, I've created this Starting2 account that is pretty much a florist and has a flower shop in Rochester, New York. So as you can see, this account has absolutely nothing because she's brown. So she's brand new. Here, the most important concepts are three when it comes to any social media platform, but Twitter especially, I think. The first thing is you want to listen, you want to add value, and you want to engage. Okay, so to start listening, you want to, Twitter has two listening tools, let's say. Number one is a tool where you can look for keywords. So since this person is a florist, I'm going to look for the word flower. So while it searches, pretty much whatever I type here is going to display in on the mainstream here. And one of the good things about this is I might be, as you see here, following 0 people, and I can still see the stream and engage in the conversation. See, so here, for example, you can see these two people talking about the kind of flowers that will blossom in April, and other people who want flowers, and so on. So you're not just going to jump in and start selling, but at least you can get a sense of what people are saying about your product and your target audience and so on. The other one you want to look at is search for the key people. So on the third one to the right here, you're going to find this people search. So as a florist, I definitely want to see what other florists are doing. So definitely look at your competition and try to follow your competition. When you're following people, you want to make sure that they're adding relevant content. So here you can see their username, you can see their last tweet, you can see what time was their last tweet. So if they tweeted, I don't know, 3 months ago, a year ago, don't even bother. If they tweeted 11 hours ago, then you definitely want to engage with those people. So you just follow by clicking on the little guy here. See, and it says following. So now we've seen how to follow, and what it does is now you'll see when we go back home that before you had nothing, and now you can see all the tweets that the 9 people you're now following have pretty much sent out. So those are the main listening tools. Now to engage, you can reply. So if someone says something, I can always get into the conversation, but be very delicate. Just like when you're, I don't know, at a picnic or at a bar, that you just go in, you don't know anybody, and you're just starting to say hi and get into the conversation without being too rude or aggressive or anything like that. So did you see what I just did? I clicked on reply, and I replied to this one, and I say thank you, and here is my tweet, my very first tweet. Then the other way I can reply or I can add is just by writing the add sign and writing the username. So for example, in this case, I'm gonna write to myself. So hi, I'm new here. Okay, so when I click again, here it is. So hi, I'm new here. And see, when if I click on Anna RC, I'll be able to see my username, and I can either follow this person here or the way we just saw it here. So you can see like a typical user, or not a typical user, but someone that's that has a little bit of influence. You can see that they're following a lot of people, and a lot of people are following me in this case, so over 12,000, which is a pretty decent number. And then the lists are really important, and we'll go over the so here you can see it's really small, so I just wrote it here. Those who I'm following, so that means that I can see their tweets. Those who are following me are the followers, so I'm just gonna click on them. And you want to make sure that you follow people back, unless they're obvious spammers or something like that. And then when it comes to the list, for example, my wedding ideas, I'm very interested in wedding planners, of course. So I want to make sure I follow her, but I can also look at her lists, and there look at other event planners, so other wedding planners. So in this case, I can always follow this list as a whole, or I can click on following, and I can just start following people individually. So I'm just gonna follow everybody here. Then the other thing we want to see, we want to make sure that we engage. So we engage by replying. Here I can see all those who have written to me, so there you go, thank you for the retweet. And these things, whenever you see a tweet on this stream, it means that everyone can see it. So those who are following me, and those whom I'm following. If I go to the direct messages, and they're usually referred to as DM, I can only see messages that the two of us can see. So this is a message between my wedding ideas and myself, and she's inviting me to something, and I'm just gonna say thank you. Be very careful with the DMs, because this is where spammers live most of the times on Twitter. So you'll find a lot of spam, a lot of auto DMs, a lot of people sending virus links. So you just want to use caution, and make sure you don't just click on everything. The last thing you want to see are the hashtags. And the hashtags are any word that start with a pound sign. So you can see hashtags on the trending topics. For example, a trend is means that a lot of people on Twitter are writing about the same thing at the same time. But when it comes to the hashtag, it means that they intentionally build that influence or that keyword and so on. So let's just go to a very simple one, now plain, just to see what it is. So you see that whenever there is a pound sign in front of a word, I can look for that word. So it becomes a keyword or a searchable word. You will see that as soon as you get into it, you will find relevant hashtags of communities and people that you want to relate to. The good thing about the hashtags is that you don't need to follow each other, so the hashtag becomes like a connector, a connecting fact. Okay, I mean spend hours here, but I'm just gonna go back to the very basics. Remember that when you come to Twitter, you want to first listen, then add value, and then engage in order to have a successful presence in social media and in Twitter. Now the last thing is the same concept of location for real estate when it comes to Twitter or any social media platform. We're talking about community. So try to find those communities either through the lists or through the hashtags or through the keywords or the key people and so on. So find your community, engage with your community, and give value to your community. That's about it. Thank you so much, and let me know how you like it and what you like me to change. Thank you. Bye bye.